Hey everyone, this is Master Viktor Neustroev, and we analyze this second game played between Jason Huot and Michael Sherman. Michael is my student, and actually in this game he disappointed me. For some reason he didn't play the opening that he should know, and we of course analyzed on our lessons. And what is more important, he blundered it in the very beginning and lost the game. However, let's now look at the game and you'll see everything. So e4, c5, knight f3, e6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, a6. So Michael plays Sicilian, bishop d3, one of the most solid continuation against Sicilian. So here the main move and the move that I suggest is bishop c5. The knight is under attack, it goes to b3 to gain a tempo, then bishop a7. So bishop e7 is another move, but I recommend bishop a7. And then it's very often when white plays c4, and black should choose strategy with knight c6, knight g7, and then d6. And then maybe e5 to get the control over the d4 square and occupy it with one of the knights. The position is complicated. Some people consider it's better for white, but it's so complicated that even a grandmaster can make a mistake that can cost a game. Okay, fine. So of course, no, not of course, but unfortunately it didn't happen in the game. Knight f6 was played instead. Fine. Castle. This line also exists, by the way. d6, c4, bishop e7, knight c3, queen c7. So something like typical hedgehog formation. Bishop e3. Here it could make sense to play b6 or maybe knight d7 first, and then rook c1, for example, b6, with the idea to play bishop b7 and locate the pawns on the 6th rank. So what is called hedgehog formation or hedgehog strategy, because these pawns attack several pawns in the 5th rank, almost all the squares on the 5th rank. However, if bishop b7 is played now, then white can already play f4 and then f5, weaken our position, because e4 is protected with the bishop on d3. So if black wants to play this strategy, then it should be played in a different move order when the bishop is not on d3. Okay, anyway, knight c6. Well, here it's better for white to keep the tension but not to take on c6. However, rook c1 castle, and white decided to take. So again, the problem for white was that he didn't know this line, didn't have enough practice in this type of the positions, and that's why made this trade that was not in his favor, of course. B takes c6 and f4 could be a good move, but h3 was played by Jason. Why? I have no ideas. I believe it's a kind of a prophylaxis. Maybe he wants to move with the queen and wants to secure the g4 spot to keep the bishop on a3, but instead white better play aggressively f4. Okay, h3. What did Michael do? He played d5, and soon the game was over. What he could do instead? So c5, for example, f4, bishop b7, and then here black can relocate, remaneuver the pieces in this way. Knight d7, bishop f6, then if black has enough tempers, he can even play knight b8, knight c6, knight d4, while white's task is to play on the king side, try to initiate the attack, but of course it's too risky because the position can be open anytime with something like d5 or f5. The position is full of tactics, so if players decide to play it, they should be quite good in calculations and tactics. But it looks like they were not, because no, at least Michael was not, because he played d5. I don't know why. So if white wants to play d5, then the queen shouldn't be there. However, sometimes we play d5 in Sicilian, but not when these two pawns are on the 4th rank. So if the pawn is on c2, then maybe it's a good move. I just want black not to keep the queen on the same file as the rook is. Now, if the pawn is on c2, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so d5 was played. C takes d5, e takes d5, e takes d5, and in this position, so something like that might work, and d takes c6, bishop c6, black is just playing without one pawn, and they could continue playing the game. But Michael took with his pawn, knight d5, discovered the attack, queen moves, knight e7, queen goes there, and Jason plays rook e1. I have no ideas why, because bishop c5 wins the exchange immediately. Maybe he played too fast, maybe he should work on tactics. Rook e1, queen b4, bishop c5 now. So Michael blundered bishop c5 twice. Queen b2, bishop f8, they played a few more moves, and then the game was over. Black resigned. Of course, black position is absolutely lost, and yes, it's time to resign. So only one mistake, the d5 move, cost black a game. So guys, when you decide to take a very important decision such as d5, please check yourself once again. So calculate, and of course you can't ignore that the rook is standing on the same file as the queen, and there will be plenty of tactical blows that you should analyze first. So calculation is everything. Okay, thank you. We will continue in the next video.